Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books. This is a really casual video today. I'm in my office actually, and I'm kind of on a break, and I was like, I need to make this video, and I was gonna put a lot of thought into it, and I was going to, I don't know, write some things down, and I thought, Peter, just get on camera and just talk, just do your thing. That's what I love about YouTube. It is my 1-year anniversary of being on BookTube and on being on YouTube, and it is amazing. 1 year ago today, I uploaded my very first BookTube video. I'm gonna get real emotional. Had you told me a year ago that my life would look like what it does today, as far as YouTube and BookTube and loving books and the people that I had met and the books that I had read that I would never have known about had I not been on BookTube, it's just been really pretty miraculous. Today also coincides with the 9-year anniversary of my mother's passing. She would have been so proud of me, I think, that at my age I was willing to put all that aside and say, screw it, I can do it too, Get up there, just do it, do your thing. And I think maybe some of the other videos I've made on other channels she wouldn't be so proud of, but I think on this channel she would have been very proud. My mother loved to read. I get my love of reading from my mother. And she actually passed away on the 14th, which is on Mother's Day this year, but it was a Thursday, so it would have been today, 9 years ago. And I've talked a lot about my mom on this channel, and I've talked a lot about her love of reading and the books that she introduced me to, like To Kill a Mockingbird and Catcher in the Rye, and on and on and on, which are to this day some of my favorite foundation books that have changed my life profoundly. But one of the things I don't talk about on this channel very often is my mother was a woman that was full of fear. She was very, very scared in life to take risks and make changes. And, the comfort of her own home, of a cup of coffee in the microwave, of a walk down the street was really enough for her. And her way of escaping many times was through books. Her way of traveling around the world was through books. I've had a lot of opportunities that my mother never had. I've been able to experience a lot of things and go a lot of places that my mother never had. This is not the direction I thought this video was going to go, and this is so bizarre. But I know that, like, my mother, even if she had understood what BookTube was, she never would have started a channel. She would have been too afraid. She would have been too afraid of what people would have thought of her. And she would have been afraid for me starting this channel, of what people thought of me. She would have been afraid of, what people would have said about me and the judgment that they would have passed. I think the comments on my other channel about, my voice and my age and things like that would have really hurt her soul. But I have to say that the things that I've learned the most about being on BookTube have really very little to do with books. We are very, very privileged in the BookTube community. I would say the majority of us. To be in a segment of YouTube, to be in a segment of the entertainment community, which if you think that BookTube is not entertainment, you're wrong, okay? BookTube is a part of YouTube, which is going to be one of the biggest streaming video services in the world. I mean, it already is, but things like Netflix, Hulu will be obsolete in the next 10 years, and it will be things like YouTube. We are making an impact on people's choices for what books they buy, what books they read. It's a big deal, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is that the rest of YouTube is rather nasty. Trust me, I've been there. It's a hurtful, hateful place. The majority of it. It's kind of like entering a fantasy world over here on BookTube, falling down Alice's rabbit hole, so to speak, that we're in a very safe place where we kind of have each other's backs and we protect each other, It was funny because I was thinking about the book tag I did yesterday for AuthorTube that Cameron from Wolf Shop Publishing tagged me in. And here we are, two grown men tagging each other in an author booktube video about a tag video. We're both grown adult men, okay? And how cute is that, right? Like, how innocent is that really at its core? How loving and compassionate and kind is that? The world can be a beautiful place. It depends on what we put into it. Having gone outside of the boundaries of BookTube, and it's interesting because I do very much see it as a physical place, in the last year has introduced me to some of the ugliness of the world that I didn't expect to find. Not at my age, I thought I had seen everything. And coming back here is a really safe place for me. It's why I have again started uploading videos daily. I love it over here. I love the people that I've met. People have been so incredibly kind to me over here. I love that there's really no age on BookTube, Nobody judges me for my age, like other places. I have friends on here that are, like Philippe at the YA Reader who's 18, or, like Dylan from, Dylan the Reader 5, Dylan Reader 5? I always get his name wrong, but I tag him and everything. Who's, 16 or 17, Graham at Mega Man Chief Fan, who's 16 or 17, all the way to people that are my age, to, a Crystal the Book Reader, who I think is, in her 30s. I hope I'm not overguessing you. To people in their 20s, like Lainey and Connor O'Brien, who I love, to like Richard at Richard's Books, to, Adam at Memento Mori, all these people of all different ages, and all of us just out of our love of our books, I feel as if I would be amiss if I didn't say that, address one issue. At the beginning of my career on BookTube, there was an older gentleman. I think his name is Steve. I don't follow him anymore. I probably should. That's a change I need to make. And he made a video, and there were some comments that were misconstrued in the video, and I made a rant video about what is a reader. Remember when this went around? And I gained a lot of subscribers as a result of it. I think what happened was that several people were pitted against each other. I'm not proud of that on BookTube. I don't think that, after a year, I don't think that's how we need to handle things. Don't get me wrong, I love that I got some subscribers off of it. But I think that we can love each other, we can be honest, we can share our reviews with each other, and if somebody says something that we think is a little backwards, we can approach them and say, hey, I think that was a little backwards. Like, can you explain yourself a little bit more without, this mob mentality, which is referred to a lot over here. Well, I can tell you in the rest of the YouTube, it's called trolling, and it's hateful, and it's like, I've seen and heard some things I never have believed, right? That's really the only one thing. I don't take back what I said in that video. It's how I felt at the time, and I don't try to live with a lot of regrets. My mother taught me that regrets, at the end of your life, the regrets you have are the things you didn't do, not the things you did. But it's a learning experience for me, and I want to learn from it. I want to be a better, kinder, nicer person, more compassionate, more empathetic. I want us to all get along. I want to know every booktuber out there. I want to watch every booktuber's videos. I watch like 20 booktubers videos a day. My God, one of the great things about BookTube is the videos are so damn short. Well, not mine, but most of them. I've been exposed to some literature in the last year that I never thought I would learn about. I thought I would never read fantasy, and now I'm a lover of fantasy. That's one of the things that's changed a lot for me. I would never have read Ready Player One. I mean, this is just so small, but I would never have read Ready Player One, which has hands down become my favorite book that I recommend to everybody, by Ernest Cline. There's just so many things, I wouldn't have been approached for opportunities that I thought in a million years that somebody just reaching out to me and saying, hey, I love your videos, yada, yada, yada. Or, hey, I've always wanted to start a BookTube channel. You started one. What's your suggestions, And listen, if I could just give one suggestion, life is really, really short. I sat down. Everybody told me not to do this. My husband, my best friend, everybody was like, you're always starting projects and you never finish them. Well, guess what, baby? I started that project a year ago and I'm still standing. And I put up a video at least every day or at least once a week for the last year on this channel, and I have loved every minute of it. I'm not turning back. I'm going forward. I'm going to do more and more and more. And if you've always wanted to start a booktube channel or any kind of channel, get started on it. Just throw up a camera, throw up your phone, do whatever. It doesn't matter. Just do it. You have a voice, you have a story, you have a point of view. All of us, we matter. We're all of us important. And one of the things that being on booktube and being on YouTube has really taught me was that my voice matters, even if it's just a really small whisper. It's also made me more confident of myself. It's also made me more sure of myself, and not in an arrogant, cocky way, but in that I matter too. I'm not just somebody walking through the streets with my head looking down. It's allowed me to keep my head up. And that's a trick I hadn't learned in 43 years of my life. And in the last year being on booktube, it's been amazing. You guys have made the last year of my life amazing. And I'm not quitting, and that's not why I'm crying. It's just, I never thought that when I uploaded that video a year ago, that I would feel so connected to so many people that I didn't even know existed. So thank you for changing my life so positively and in such a wonderful way. I have loved meeting each and every one of you, whether it's through a tweet, in person, on the phone, through Snapchat, through an email, whatever. It's through a comment. It's been absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to see what the next year holds. And I can't wait to read some really great books. I love you guys so much. I really, really do. And thank you for allowing me to be part of the booktube community. I'll talk to you later. Bye.